It is a truism of the holiday season that tech toys are always among the hottest big-ticket items on the shopping list. Of course, it's Black Friday, and we only have less than a month to Christmas. Well, today on Money and Marketing, we're going to look at how the tech and telecom brands are connecting with consumers. Joining us now from Money and Marketing is John Yorke, CEO of Rain 43. Good to see you, John.
Morning. I will say this first. We always try to wait till December before we do Christmas ads on Money and Marketing.
We're so close. We're so close. I have a rule in my house. We do not decorate for Christmas until the calendar flips to December. Makes me very unpopular, but that's my rule.
I have the exact same rule. I have the exact same rule. I have the same rule till my son's birthday, which is December 5th. So it also makes me extremely unpopular, and also it is ignored every year. So
okay, today, you know what? We take it, we rip up the sheet, we break the rules, we do whatever we want. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Well, a lot of people are upset because there's Christmas advertising so early, right? This year it's a little anomaly because Thanksgiving in the U.S. was so late. Black Friday is so late. We're end of November. Usually Thanksgiving's 6 or 7 days earlier, or it rotates. But so now you have this huge buildup of Christmas ads because it's late November. Now, before people get upset about that, I will say that 40% of consumers start Christmas shopping in September. So before you blame the retail...
I saw some Google Canada numbers recently suggesting by the time this weekend is over, 43% of Canadians will have bought everything they need for Christmas.
Right. So before people get mad at the retailers for routing out these ads in November and saying it's too early, or Starbucks switching to the red cups, keep in mind that that's just a reflection a lot on the consumer basis. So, it's an interesting time of year. As you said, the tech toys are up and running, and you've got Apple, who's now pushing really hard to launch a new commercial. You may remember 2 years ago, they had this sort of the earbud commercial where a guy was listening to music and he was sharing his earphones with another woman, and people got all creeped out by it. So they went back to
earwax.
Yeah, exactly.
Sharing of earwax.
It's something I didn't think of when I watched the commercial, but obviously some people have a phobia of earwax. So they went back to an old, tried, tested, and true type of commercial, the good old tearjerker for Christmas.
Get us right here in the heart.
So they have a 4-minute version of this commercial, a 3.5 version of it. I would recommend, if you like this, to go watch the extended of it. You're going to see the 30-second and 60-second version of this spot everywhere. It works a lot less than a 30-second spot because if you go for these long emotional stuff. But we can look at a clip.
All right, we'll take a look at the short version here.
Please, can you come on?
Here. Just watch something or play a game.
I'm hungry.
The sign is up there.
On or off?
Babe, you got the iPad?
Yeah, I like it.
Daddy downloaded some movies for you.
Dad, are you here?
Well.
Hi.
Yeah, hi, Isabella. Hi.
Is Grandpa still sad?
Yes, honey. Keep busy and don't annoy Grandpa.
Say. Leave it. Here, let's take some photos.
Make sure you clean that up.
Take a picture.
iPad, the new iPad, with the pen as a pacifier to the kids. And you're a parent, I'm a parent.
The kids that are driving you nuts because you're traveling and it's stressful enough to begin with.
So you just keep handing out the iPad, right? Watch a movie, play a game, do something, anything. And then they tip their hat there where it goes, is Grandpa still sad? And then you suddenly realize that the grandmother has passed away, and this is the first Christmas without their grandmother. So without giving away the highly emotional ending, which you can imagine, the little girls show that the iPad could be used for so much more than just games and videos, and it's tying the product in. Very similar to a commercial they did 6 years ago, with a sullen teenager. I don't know if you remember, there was a sullen teenager not involved with family at Christmas, and he was taking videos and playing on his phone the whole time. And at the end, he showed a video of the actual holiday. He edited it on his phone and put it out. And that was probably one of Apple's greatest ads. So they went back and they took an old idea from 6 years ago and manufactured it with 2 cute little girls, and are trying to make us as parents cry and emotional. I still don't know if it makes me want to buy an iPad, but
on live TV, it just makes me want to harden my heart. And if you see any moisture in my eyes, it's simply because I wear contacts and it's awfully dry in here this time of year. Maybe this one, if that one didn't get you, maybe this one you appeal to the Gen Xers. This was a big movie when I was like 10, 11 years old. So maybe now try to play on my nostalgia.
Well, exactly. So it's very similar in Xfinity in the U.S. Broadband carrier has decided to resurrect the concept of E.T., extraterrestrial. At the time, the largest grossing film of all time, a film known for not actually licensing a lot of stuff, and and being very limited in its release. If you remember, Steven Spielberg didn't actually release this on VHS for years afterward, causing a lot of controversy. So the fact that they've now sold the rights to Xfinity to help sell broadband is amazing. They bring back actually Elliot, if you remember the kid. Elliot's all grown up,
Elliot,
and E.T. returns again.
Henry Thomas, right? That's the actor's name?
Yeah, Henry Thomas, yeah. And there's a 4-minute version online. I've already seen the 30-second and 60-second spots teasing it in, so we have a return of E.T.
All right, let's see it.
You came back. My son, my family.
A lot's changed since you were here.
It's called the internet.
My favorite part of the commercial, weirdest part is the kids don't seem all that shocked that there's an alien in their yard.
They're afraid for about 10 seconds, and then when it says, you're looking for my dad.
Right, yeah.
It's like someone just knocked on the front door. I was like, oh, yeah, no, Dad, this guy seems to know you.
But, or that your dad had an experience with an alien when he was a kid that he never shared that story.
All kids I forgot to tell you, yeah.
I forgot to tell you, I'm really
famous. Big
famous.
adventure, the FBI showed up.
Yeah, exactly. But it's all in there. They put Reese's Pieces in the commercial. obviously his daughter and son have an incredible likeness to Drew Barrymore and Henry Thomas as a kid. There's a very good nostalgia. It's well, I will tell with both commercials, they're extremely well acted, they're well shot. They're these 4-minute little commercials. They make you lean in instead of just, you sort of saw something in 30 seconds that was clever or witty or funny. They make you lean in and sort of pay attention to what's going on. People who love E.T. are going to love that commercial. Again, to buy internet from Xfinity, they're trying to stand out against Disney and Disney Plus and Netflix and all of the other products that are being sold out there. They're trying to make sure that you use their products. So it's an interesting mashup.
Interesting story about E.T. I heard Steven Spielberg tell this story. If anyone remembers the movie, I'm not going to, you had 40 years to go see it. So at some point, it looks like E.T.'s dead before he comes back. And Drew Barrymore, she was only like 4 or 5 when they filmed that movie. Because she was a little kid, she actually thought E.T. was real. And she thought E.T. actually died. So when you get this insane, you think of the performance from a little kid and how upset she is. And she's screaming and crying. And Spielberg guiltily said she thought he was real. She thought he really died. That wasn't acting. That was just him capturing the trauma of a small child. And half of him felt like a horrible human being. The other half of him, as a director, said, man, I just got a great take on that.
Until she talks to her therapist, and it's like, and then now looks back and says Steven Spielberg was a very bad man. Yeah, no, it's my kids are just started watching E.T. You're going to see it come back. I think it'll be one of those highly downloaded, Netflix or Disney Plus shows. That nostalgia is all coming back. You see it with Disney Plus. I think that's going to be the theme of the holidays: is kids coming back, where they merge the Gen X side of our generation with our kids getting to experience. So good on Xfinity bringing E.T. back and doing it well. I have to say, as soon as I saw it as a concept, I was like a little cringy, thinking, this could be
just playing off our youth, right?
Yeah.
But if you do it well, you do it well. I'll check out the full.
I like that they made E.T. look like he aged, which is very hard for an alien.
He already looked pretty wrinkly and old in 1991.
That's what I'm saying. He's still, So, but I have a feeling that a space traveling alien would probably know about the internet, but I could be wrong.
Time and space gets bent in crazy ways. John, thanks for joining us.
All right, thanks.
John Yorke, the CEO of Rain